Guys, just 5.5 years ago, I was perceptions that I had before I got into real estate. And when I started hearing about the different options that buyers have, I'm sure you've heard of the saying before, anything that sounds too good to be true probably is. So if someone had said to me before I got into real estate that you actually can buy a home with possibly not putting a penny down, it's absolutely true. And it sounds like it's too good to be true, but thanks to our government, there are absolutely lots of different ways to buy a home, especially if you're a first-time home buyer. There are absolutely lots of great ways to buy a home if you're not a first-time home buyer. But if you are a first-time home buyer, if you have been employed in your job for at least 2 years, now if you've switched jobs because you've gotten a promotion or you've gotten a better job, those things come into play, and those are usually positive things. But these are the most two important things that you need to keep in mind if you are wanting to purchase a home soon. I received a call this morning from somebody who's renting, who is a single mom, 31 years old, who has never owned a home. Those are the kinds of calls that I love to get. Those are the kinds of people who I love to help. She's employed. She's been employed for a long time. She's renting, and she knows that she wants to own her own home. And she said something to me that just made me so happy, and one reason why I really want to work with this person. She said, you know, it's not my house that I'm living in. I can't decorate it the way that I choose to decorate it because it's not mine. The difference is when you own your own home, you get to decorate it the way that you want to. You don't have to ask anyone's permission. If you want to hang something on the wall, if you want to put pumpkins out on your front porch for Halloween, if you want to hang decorations for whatever the case may be, you have that right when you own your own home. There is no better feeling than having your own place and you know it's yours. And she said to me, but people say, well, listen, you have to have money to fix things. Absolutely, you have to have money to fix things. Of course you have to have money to fix things. But if you live in the world where, well, this might go wrong and this might go wrong and this might go wrong, you're never going to get ahead. Y'all, life will happen. Things will break. Things will go wrong. That is life. That is life. Owning a home is one of the best things that you can do for yourself. So the two most important things that you should do if you are wanting to buy your own home today, tomorrow, 5 months from now, whatever the case may be, is find yourself a real estate agent who you know, like, and trust, and not necessarily your aunt or your uncle or your neighbor, a real estate agent that you know closes lots and lots and lots of deals, and a real estate agent that you can say to, do you love working with buyers? Because there are plenty of real estate agents out there who will tell you no in a heartbeat. They don't like working with buyers. They much less don't like it. They don't love it. They prefer listings. They prefer listing houses. I love working with buyers. Why? Because every single buyer has their own story, their own goals, their own reason for wanting to own a home, and I love making it happen. So number one most important thing is to choose a real estate agent who loves working with buyers. And I'm telling you this right now. I don't know how everybody else runs their business, but you are not going to pay me anything up front, and I am going to work very, very hard for you to make sure that if you do not have the money to pay me, that I'm going to figure out a way that I will get paid without you paying me. Now, if you have a chunk of change and you say, listen, I have this amount of money that I can pay you to go show me houses, awesome. But listen, there are so many ways to get it done, even if you do not have a penny. All right? Remember that. Number 2, the second most important thing is that real estate agent that you're working with should be able to say to you, these are some people who are going to help you get pre-approved so that you know your loan type, you know your monthly budget, you have everything you need, so the minute something hits the market that you believe could work for you and that is in your budget, they can go show you that house immediately because you're pre-approved and you're ready to go, which means the minute it hits the market, you can submit an offer. Most real estate agents will not accept an offer without, if you're paying cash, that's proof of funds, and if you're paying cash, that's amazing. But if you're not, if you're financing it, which is the majority of us, right? Probably 95% of people are getting a loan to buy a home. You have to be able to produce that pre-approval letter. And so I hear this every day. Well, what if I get pre-approved today and I don't find a house for a few months? Listen, that's okay. That is absolutely okay, because once you're pre-approved, getting that letter updated is nothing. It is so simple, it's so easy. Getting the first pre-approval is the most important, because unless the rates change dramatically, or if you lose your job or something catastrophic happens, the amount that you pre-approved for is not going to change very much at all. And once you're pre-approved, you know your budget, you know your monthly note that you're willing to spend, you know if you can afford to buy a home in a flood zone as opposed to not a flood zone, you know if you can afford to buy a home south of I-10 as opposed to north of I-10. Listen, all of those things come into play because insurance is so different depending on where you want to buy a home. So the 2 most important things you can do when you're thinking about buying a home is find yourself a real estate agent who you know, like, and trust, and who loves to work with buyers. Ask the question. Ask the question. If I'm in your network, if I'm in your area, I would love to work with you. But if I am not in your area and you're somewhere far away from me, I work mostly Acadiana. I will go a little further than Acadiana depending on the situation, but for the most part, anywhere in Acadiana is my area. So if you're, let's say, in Lake Charles, if you are in Baton Rouge, if you're in Alexandria, listen, I'm probably not going to drive that far, okay? But I absolutely can find you a real estate agent in those areas. So if you're looking to buy a home and you say, well, Darla, listen, I want to buy a home and I live, let's just say you live in Baton Rouge, and I do not know of a great real estate agent who I know, like, and trust, give me a call or message me and I guarantee you I will find you someone. I will absolutely find you someone in your area. But if you're anywhere in Acadiana, I will absolutely to get you pre-approved, to get you the best rate, to get you the most amount of money possible for the lowest monthly note possible. And then that person, that lender, is going to say, these are some insurance companies that you can work with, and they'll even do it for you. Lots of lenders will go out and find you quotes for insurance for the house once you choose where you want to be, all right? So number 2, they're going to help you choose a lender. So first most important thing, choose a real estate agent who you know, like, and trust, who loves working with buyers and will answer all your questions. Remember this. There are no stupid questions in real estate. 5.5 years ago when I got into real estate, I asked a million questions to anyone who did not make me feel like a bother. And listen, there were some real estate agents and some lenders who I'd asked lots of questions to, and they made me feel like I was a pain in their ass, or they made me feel like I was a pest. Guess what? I stopped talking to those people, because there are plenty of people who I relentlessly ask questions to, and they never one time made me feel like I was a pest. And so make sure you set yourself up with a team of people who are not going to make you feel like you're a pest. Ask the questions. It's the only way you're going to learn. Y'all have a great day, guys. If you're in South Louisiana today, it looks and feels like we are on the West Coast in California. I am loving this weather. I am on my way to a listing appointment, which is one thing that I love to do, because when I list houses, that means if you are a buyer, there is going to be another house on the market for you to have the potential to submit an offer on. There are never enough houses to choose from. There are just not enough houses to choose from. If you are thinking about buying, I'd love to have a conversation with you. Do not hesitate to message me or call me. Y'all enjoy this day, enjoy the rest of your week, and remember this: surround yourself with people who are going to answer your questions over and over and over again and never make you feel like a pain or a pest or make you feel dumb. Ask questions. It's the only way you're going to learn. Y'all have a great day.